Hello, everyone. How are you guys today? Some people on YouTube. Hello, Cat, PCU, Canara, Wakel, Eaglet, Bellhunt. Good morning. Yeah, we're getting a triple banner, right? So,
they're rushing the schedule. So we're getting like what, Andoris, Belka, and my god, I forgot her name. Yangyu? Which means also that I'll have to hurry up with these events. with reading these events. Forced to log in, real. I was just checking my throne, see if I will change something, but it's fine. But yeah, I am forced to log in. They're rushing everything. Did I retweet my thing in the right Twitter account? I did. Okay, good. But at least good for me. Wait, let me see the. Let me go to the to Twitter to see the schedule, because they share the event schedule. So, what we're getting thrown in our faces. So on September 4, we're gonna be getting 404 found, which seems to be Belka's story, event story. Then on the 9, we're getting Into the Shadows, which is Andoris event story. And on the 20th, why are you dropping that? What's your problem? Well, let me go pick that up. What's your problem? What's your problem? Yeah, little gremlins being monsters. Mostly Isu. He sometimes gets the urge to just drop things. Right. What are you looking at? What are you chasing? There they are, now they're fighting. Most people are looking at her skin rather than Belk herself, though. Oh yeah, we're getting her skin. That's interesting. But yeah, on the 25th, we're getting bestial display, which is Yang Yu's event story. And a bunch of different game modes and rewards and things. More like a Felion with 2 parts. I mean, these are all just character stories as far as I know. They're not major events. Because there are 3 different events. They're not the same one. But yeah, they're kind of dropping one on the 4th, the other on the 9th, and then the other on the 25th. So it's gonna be a similar time frame. If it's any stories where we are spoiled with the loading screen, why are you taking Daya House? Aren't those from the Dusty Journals though? Because I mean they're not putting those. I don't think they have those CGs. I mean they might put them in now, but they don't have those CGs available, like loaded in the game yet, do they? I'm pretty sure all those are from the Dusty Journals. But yeah, we're getting that and a bunch of other events to get thingies. Luckily for me, I'm not really interested into rolling for any of them, so I'm gonna be saving. And I might roll for Yang Yu if I have enough currency by the time she drops. And I do want crap, what was her name? I keep forgetting the Chinese ladies' names. But you know the other skin they're putting up. Yeah, skipping the electric team. What was her name? Crap. Where are you? Yu. Yeah, I want her skin. Her skin is cool. But yeah, we should be getting like Lena and Leva soonish after that. since we're getting the rest of 404 and their event stories. So, you know, I'm probably gonna save for them. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of reading to do this September. Hello, Lamp. I heard 45 is gonna need Andor, so consider this. I don't care. Don't come at me with like, oh, this character is gonna need this other character, or like, oh, this character needs like this team. Like, I don't care. I've never been a meta player and never will be. The only meta I care about is how do I make this character that I like strong when in regards to like, you know, what do I equip them or whatever. The moment is like the moment that there's like, oh, you need to roll for this other character and be like, no, I don't. I actually don't. If I happen to have like, you know, if I happen to have a meta team at one point, it's just because you know, I just happen to get all the characters, but not because I actually actively roll for them, unless, you know, I like all of them. Also, here are your pops. Just a second. Good pops. Thank you. I don't have my cat cam set up, but it's fine. None of them are sleeping today. They've been very active lately. They're not sleeping much during stream time. But yeah. Shall we? I am... Let me check my phone. I'm just constantly checking to see if I got a message or anything. I messaged my neighbor to see if they pick up maybe one of my packages by mistake. Because we got a package delivered yesterday. And when we got home, it wasn't there. Which is weird because, you know, the people, I don't know what, I know they have a name, you know, the people that kind of steal Amazon packages from doorsteps. They're not really common here. Like, we've gotten a bunch of packages just sitting there an entire day. So what I'm assuming is just kind of maybe because it was like raining and stuff, maybe just kind of flew towards like my neighbor's door, and then my neighbor got home and just picked it up without like actually looking like at the address and the name. I send them a message, but like sometimes they don't read their messages. I'm just kind of hoping that they picked it up. Man did that yesterday because the mailman delivered it to them instead of my place. No, the thing is that I saw it on the camera. I have the doorbell camera. The only problem is that I don't have the subscription, and I didn't realize that it only saves like 3 hours. So by the time I got home and I went to check the camera, there were like no records anymore of the day. And I was like, well, fuck. Because I remember seeing the notification of the, the package being delivered. Like the person living at the door. And then I don't know if I got any more notifications or if I just couldn't check them during the day. As I when we got home, it wasn't there. So I'm just hoping that my neighbor grabbed it by mistake. If not, she's probably gonna wait like today. If not, I'll just tell my sister to mark it as undelivered. See if Amazon actually does something. I think that sometimes they have like photo proof, and I don't know what will happen in that case. Anyway, it wasn't anything expensive, but I was kind of looking forward to it, so now I'm kind of sad. It was like a magnetic screen thingy for the iPad to kind of give it like a paper texture, because I was like, oh, maybe I could. My issue with like drawing on the iPad is that I can't draw on glass. Like, I need the paper texture to like actually make the lines. So I'm like, oh, maybe I should try with one of those things and see if I can actually draw stuff on the iPad, which is the original purpose of what I bought it for, and it has not been used for that. But yeah, I have a friend that uses them, and she says that it changes things a lot. So I'm like, okay, I'm curious. And I was looking forward to it. Like, I got my sister to actually buy it, and because she got Prime. So I was like, yippee, I'll get to try it on Friday. But it was not meant to be. So now I guess we'll see what happens. It was like $20, but like, it's more of the thing of like, man, I wanted to try it out, see if it works. But anyway, let's see. Has my sister replied? No, not yet. But yeah, let's go. Let's finish this. I got no more things to say, so if we're all in agreement, let's just finish this. I was grabbing things. Yippee! Someday I will do all these things, maybe. But today is not the day. Alright. But yeah, last time Nikketa was kind of was set up, kicked out of her job as a cop, asked to infiltrate manga security to try to find they're dealing with drugs. And she found out that they're dealing with another drug different from the one she was sent to investigate. And she told the lady, her new quote-unquote boss, about it. But she acted like very suspicious. That lady has been very suspicious, being all like, oh, but like, you know, you need to investigate this. And being very suspicious about her daughter being on a trip, on a mysterious trip, with no date of return. So I am... what I am assuming so far is that she wants the drugs for her daughter because supposedly they help with radiation sickness. But we shall see. We shall see how all this ends. Let's go. Lure and trap. Sometimes the prey is the real hunter. Night in Odessa is far from quiet. Soft light shines from the full height windows of high-rise buildings, calm and restrained. A tall figure stands at one such window, looking down at the cold cityscape. Whom's the fuck? Are you actually the one talking or not? Mr. Scott, as I was just saying, Manga Security's parent company has always had a good relationship with yours. We haven't forgotten whose help and support we received to be able to establish ourselves in ODE-13. Whom's incarnation art thou? Exactly. Please do pass that along to Mr. Rurik. Why are we not getting the dialogue of the other party? What are you hiding, game? Okay, now we're getting it now. It was just a weird spacing thing. Of course, everything we discuss in this call will be relayed to him verbatim. So please choose your words carefully, Miss Carmen. Carmen? Carmen Sandiego? Naturally, I'll speak openly, so long as it's within my knowledge and within my bounds. What Mr. Rurik seems most concerned about is the other technical team that it assembled. Until recently, Girard's R&D team has been the unquestioned pioneer and leader in third-generation doll research. We will not tolerate any theft of Girard's technological achievements at this critical juncture. Please don't let that trouble you. The tall woman glances at her subordinate, who just entered the room and signals for silence. VSK's 94's data have not been shared with the new technical team. Girard remains in the lead when it comes to third-gen doll manufacturing. Yo? Lock down that tightly. So this doll, codenamed VSK-94, how exactly does she differ from the others we've acquired from IOP? I don't know. Manga Security was simply instructed to contain and hold onto the doll. We were not given any access to related data. There's been no further directive from the Council. Never mind. No point asking further. I'll go ahead and relay Mr. Rurik's orders then. Carmen raises her eyebrows at the word orders, but her tone remains respectful. Please do. There's no doubt that BSK-94 is special. However, discovering the nature of her uniqueness will require your company's cooperation. Of course, we won't force Manga Security to synchronize BSK's 94's data, as that will place our loyal allies in violation of contract terms, which will hinder future cooperation and intelligence sharing. Instead, we hope Manga Security will assign BSK-94 to a mission within GR's jurisdiction. After that, we will detain her under the pretense of trespassing on private property and perform a study on her frame. The findings from this research will be partially shared with our loyal allies. This method also offers a degree of deniability against accountability from it. What a meticulous and well-planned operation. I'll report the full plan to the General Manager. Expect good news soon. Ah! The call ends. Carmen loosens her collar and sits down on the sofa. The subordinate, who has been waiting nearby, has her a glass of red wine at just the right time. Pioneer, leader, technological achievements. Such bold words. Whatever, let's hear the report. Carmen takes a sip of wine and listens to the report. Halfway through, she frowns. Why was BSK-94 sent on a covert mission? It was probably due to a dispatching error. Probably. Originally, BSK-94 was assigned to a regular transport mission, but its task number, content, and destination overlapped with those of the covert mission, which resulted in a management error. Has Frontline management become this sloppy? I shall discuss a personnel reshuffle with Christopher. The woman's lips curl into a tuning smirk. Was there any unusual behavior from BSK-94 afterwards? According to the neural log inspection, it appears not. Neural logs from those are unreliable. They can't even be used as formal evidence. That gives me reason to suspect that BSK-94 has already discovered our covert operations. So, what's next? Next? Since GR plans to use the trespassing excuse, why shouldn't I do the same? But before that, I want to make sure my piece is still where it should be. Understood. One more thing. What do we do about David? If it were just embezzlement, we could have just fired him. But he's come into contact with our covered business. This goes far beyond simple dismissal. His recklessness may cause us immeasurable losses. We can't keep him around anymore. So, unofficial disposal? No need to rush. I'll make sure his death is worthwhile. Okay. And bad guys have incompetent management, huh? Yeah, so it seems. So, this is the place?
Yeah, the vehicle owner whom you asked us to investigate, the one called David, just appeared the most frequently aside from Manga Security's office and his home. Look, the street sign matches the one in the surveillance footage.
The two doors circle around the warehouse. Doors and windows are locked. Let's go in through the exhaust vent.
The exhaust vent? My clothes just got laundered. Fine, but you'd better reimburse me for cleaning.
They crawl through the vent and enter the warehouse interior.
Ugh, so much dust. What a dump. And dark, too.
Nikketa and Ksenia each pull out a flashlight and start searching. The flashlights rarely reveal the warehouse's structure. On the left side, many crates are stacked high on metal shelves. Nikketa climbs up and inspects them one by one. Yes, all of them contain cans of Erdis. Something to the right of the rack catches Nikketa's attention. She jumps down and approaches a worn-out sofa placed in the corner. Wait, this spot. She pulls out her terminal and retrieves a photo that Inessa had previously shown her. The one with the person holding a vial vitalis. The photo is low resolution, but based on the tears on the fabric, she can tell it's the same sofa. This photo was taken here? She closely examines the silhouette of the person in the image and compares it to David's profile from her narrow cloud. Profile silhouette similarity. 70% match. So David isn't just slinging Erdis, but also Vitalis. A terrible hypothesis emerges in her narrow cloud.
Hey, Nikketa, come look over here. I found something weird.
Yesenia beckons at her from a distance. Nikketa turns and walks toward her.
My flashlight rolled under a shelf just now, and when I reached under to get it, I found this. It looks like a toy, right? But it has comms and a camera. It's toys these days sure are fancy.
Yesenia hands over a toy badge. It's a familiar toy PSA badge, with dried blood caked on it. Where exactly did you find this?
Over there. Yeah, you look kinda scary.
Nikketa walks to the indicated shelf and points her flashlight toward it. Nothing obvious stands out. She grips the rack and gives it a shake, then applies some force to push it aside. The old metal groans under the strain as it threatens to topple over, and Ksenia hurries over to right it.
Whoa, slow down! Those crates on top are gonna fall.
As the light hits the floor behind the shelf, bloodstains come into view. They're sloppily wiped, but still clearly visible.
Is that blood? Hey, don't when you're investigating involves a murder too. If that's the case, we really should report this to public security.
Ksenia continues prattling, but Nikketa is no longer listening. She stares at the bloodstains and grips the toy badge tightly. Una.
Una is the woman's child. I don't like where this is going. Yeah, me neither. This is certainly going in directions that I did not expect. Let's see. Silence and confession. All the dread and worry, saturated with silence.
As night falls, people returning to the satellite city crowd the commercial district, trying to shake off the day's fatigue under the neon lights.
Penn Psychological Counseling, District D, number 1124. Is this where you used to work part-time? Yeah, and right about now is when I'd be on shift as a cleaner. I already told the front desk to call in a temp. Phew.
Ksenia stretches, watching the bustling crowd with boredom.
I wanna go shopping too. Nikketa, we've been working full throttle today. First a warehouse out on the sticks, now a psych office. You'd better pay me for all this overtime.
Nikketa doesn't respond, seemingly lost in thought.
Hey, Nikketa, are you listening?
Huh? Oh. I'm out of funds for now. I'll pay you back later. Ksenia eyes the clearly distracted Nikketa and sighs.
That badge... did it belong to someone important to you?
Una's cheerful smile flashes through Nikketa's narrow cloud.
I... can't say for sure yet.
Ksenia, stand guard out here. I'm going in.
Alright, make it quick.
At the workroom by the entrance, Nikketa changes into a janitorial doll's uniform and pushes a cleaning cart into the office.
The fit is a bit tight.
Maybe you should lower your front, and then you wouldn't have that problem with clothes. Just saying. Just a thought. The office is still open, but only a few people remain. Consulting room 1, room 4, archive room. There. The archive room is unlocked. Nikketa pushes the door open. Despite the name, it's actually a server room. A terminal sits in the back corner for data retrieval. Let's see. She types a name into the terminal. A pop-up requests a password. So I can't write today. Of course. Which means it's hacking time! Which means it's time for Vector to do her magic. Super hacker! I miss her OG uniform, like love when you escape, but the rest is a bit silly. For Nikketa? Yeah. Alright, just stay there, I guess. Die in the fire. Almost. Easy. She overrides control access. No more password blocks. She now has complete access to the archive database. Data flows into her network cloud. She quickly spots the entry she needs.
Found it. Inessa Grigorievna Chernova. Let's see if this will lead to any clues about Una.
Oh no, I don't like the sad music! Excerpt from counseling session audio log 700123. Inessa Grigorievna Chernova. Counselor. Oh, this is the counselor speaking. Then let's begin. Alright. When you came in just now, I'm gonna use the radio for this.
When you came in just now, I noticed you kept staring at this painting. Is there something special about it? The girl in the painting looks a lot like my daughter. You have a daughter?
10 seconds of silence.
An adopted daughter, to be precise. Adopted? She must have an unusual background. She's the orphan child of a colleague. What happened to your colleague?
30 seconds of silence.
I can't say. A painful memory? Yes. I was there when he died. He died for me. So I must raise his daughter well and provide her with the best life I can. This gift of life is incredibly heavy. It sounds like she means a great deal to you. She is my everything. At first, I truly did see her as just my colleague's orphan. But over the years we've spent together, she has become my daughter in every sense. Even if we're not biologically related, she's still my daughter. Aside from her, is there anyone, or anything, else that's important to you? For a person, having multiple emotional anchors is essential.
1 minute of silence.
Sorry. It's okay. There's no need to apologize. Let's talk about something else. Do you still engage in charity work? Yes. I occasionally donate to orphanages or take Una along to do volunteer work. Is Una your daughter? Did she like going to the orphanage? I really enjoy doing that. She is such a kind child, always eager to help others. She does sound like a well-behaved child. More than just well-behaved. She has a strong sense of justice. Like a little son. She loves watching the news and gets upset about anything unjust. Even when I tell her there's no such thing as perfect fairness in the world, she insists that even so, she wants to do her part to make things a little more fair. That sense of justice, did she pick it up from being around you? No, she's not like me. When it comes to things like fairness and justice, I've long since...
Sound of a vibrating communicator. Rustling clothes. A button being pressed.
Sorry, urgent work call. No worries. Let's end the session here for today then.
End of recording.
Una is her adopted daughter. I should listen to another one.
Excerpt from counseling session. Audio log 700201. Inessa Grigorievna Turnova.
It's quite lively here today. Yes, there's a sharing event going on. The company even ordered some decent catering. How about a glass of Oldenlandia water? What's that? A beverage from my hometown. Apparently, it was all the rage ages ago because of its unique taste, and now it's back in production. Want to try it? No, I don't drink anything from outside. Professional habit?
5 seconds of silence.
You could say that. That's fine. Let's talk about your hometown. Are there any distinctive foods? Mud cakes, dried grass. Sounds unappetizing. In the contamination zones, having anything to eat at all is considered lucky. You were born in a contamination zone. Yes. It must have been hard to climb all the way from there to your current position.
Rustling of clothes.
It was easy, and also very hard. I sold my soul to get to where I am now. From this position, I have to do some very dangerous things. Whether I move forward or back, it's an abyss either way. then your soul must be of great value. A value that can be discarded at any time. Let me ask you something. As an individual, would you rather be abandoned or choose to give up something yourself?
1 minute of silence. Fabric rustling.
Neither. I don't want to lose anything. You mean, if you give up your current position, you'll be left with nothing, right? Yes. You'd lose your daughter too? I don't know. My daughter loves police dramas. She's always looked up to me. I'm afraid that if she found out the truth about what I do, she'd be disappointed and leave me. I can't accept that. I wouldn't be able to bear it. One moment. Before we go any further, I need to confirm something. Your work doesn't involve any illegal or criminal activities, does it?
30 seconds of silence.
Of course not. So it's not illegal or criminal, but it's something you cannot openly talk about. Is that right? Yes. That's fine.
Electronic notification tone.
Time's up. That's all for today's session. See you next week, Inessa. Goodbye.
End of recording.
Huh, interesting backstory. Does the therapist know? Does he? Therapist in my Mika game? Yeah, it's not the first appearance of therapists, but I'm surprised that people actually go to them. Every time one shows up, I'm like, whoa! Therapists?
Born in a contamination zone, sold her soul to get her position. Was she talking about her current role at the Public Security Administration? Let's see if there's a more recent recording. Got it.
Excerpt from counseling session audio log 710317. Inessa Grigorievna Turnova. 5 minutes of silence.
Inessa, we've been doing these sessions for a whole year now, but I still feel like you're not truly opening up to me. Have I done something wrong?
5 more minutes of silence.
Lady, that's not gonna help if you just go to your sessions and be quiet.
I read your health report. Both your depression and anxiety have grown more severe. Are you sure coming here every week is actually helping? It is.
8 minutes of silence.
I won't pressure you to reveal more than you're comfortable with, but I do have to remind you. If our conversations continue to be so brief and unfocused, then the time and money you're spending here might not be giving you the value that they should.
10 seconds of silence.
You really do care about your work. It's just basic professional ethics.
1 minute of silence. Communicator button being pressed.
This helps. I just want someone to talk to. Understood? Then let's keep having conversations like this.
Exiting level 2, Nikketa stands in front of the terminal and reflects on the recording she just heard. Suddenly, she recalls the strange feelings she had when she first took on this mission. My entry into Mangi security was far too smooth. And from these recordings, it's clear that Inessa is hiding something. Plus, there's the surveillance footage of Una getting into David's car. Inessa must have some kind of connection to Mangi security.
Nikketa remembers the blood-stained badge. I need to record all this fragmented information and analyze it later. Right now, the top priority is finding Una. That kid is gonna be so dead, isn't she? That kid is gonna be so dead. Bloody lie. Nobody could have known the price behind this lie. Oh, I love this CG. Such aura. Nikketa drives a transport truck along the road to the contamination zone, occasionally pulling up a second map for comparison. Order 207-10209. Same route, but the transportation time was nearly double the usual duration. Listed reason: a collapsed storm. What do you mean only 1 in 100 children in this Frontline makes it to the actual end of an event? Those are actual real numbers. I made the survey. Can't confirm. Stretch. Oh my shoulder. But it was a clear day. No such a storm occurred. It must have been something else.
Warning, you are off route. Recalculating.
Nikketa ignores the system alert and turns onto a different fork in the road. As they pass a massive landfill, Kulik, who has been quietly lying in the passenger seat, suddenly sits up and starts barking out the window. Are you picking up a sound similar to the blood sample? Woof woof! Alright, let's get out of here. Following Kulik, Nikketa enters the sprawling trash mounds that stretch for kilometers. Rubble, scrap metal. It's like a world long abandoned. Kulik leaps to an elevated spot, raises his head and gently shakes it as if trying to pinpoint a scent in the air. Before Kulik can make a move, Nikketa hears footsteps behind her. Who's there? Hey! How many times do I have to say it? This is my turf! You think you can mess with the king of this dump without facing his god? Ow! Before he can even draw his pistol, a certain pain shoots through his wrist. He looks closely and realizes the doll, who was some distance away just a moment ago, is now standing silently right in front of him, gripping his wrist tightly. His gun clatters to the ground. Oh, mercy please, brave warrior. Take whatever you want. Scavenge all you like. I'm not here to scavenge. I just need you to answer a few questions. You got it. I swear to tell you everything I know, ma'am. Have you seen this man before? Nikketa pulls up a photo of David from her terminal and shows it to him. This guy... I don't recognize the face, but... The scavenger squints at the terminal, then slaps his forehead. Oh! That outfit! I have seen it before. A few months back, on the other side of the trash hill. He looked like he was burying something. When I saw him, he was facing off with some elites. Burying what? I don't like this. Oh man, let me tell you, I was scared shitless. He had this black plastic bag and was surrounded by elites. To escape, he hurled the bag at them. Guess what? They ripped it open and a corpse fell out. Ugh, intestines and fingers flying everywhere just like in a horror flick. The scavenger gestures animatedly, when Nikketa's expression grows grim. Where exactly did this happen? Take me there. Is this a murder case? Am I helping solve a case? Cut the nonsense and move. This is it, I reckon.
The scavenger leads Nikketa to the other side of the trash hill. Mounds of wind and sand have buried all traces. There are no visible signs of the violence that he just described. But the scent of blood still lingers. As soon as Kolik arrives, he starts barking and digging at a specific spot. Here. Nikketa kneels down and begins sifting through the garbage with her hands. After a while, she stops. What did she find? The scavenger leans over and sees Nikketa staring blankly at something in her hand. It's a very small child's shoe. Powder blue, tattered and broken.
That...
Before the scavenger can say anything, Kulik, who had been wagging his tail beside Nikketa, suddenly leaps up and barks furiously behind them.
Edit! What the hell? I thought this area was already cleared by hunters.
The others roar and growl ravenously as they close in. The scavenger's legs give out in fear.
We're screwed. I didn't bring enough ammo.
Step back. Huh? Scavenger stares dumbly as Nikketa steps forward and plants herself in front of him. She cuts a sharp and resolute figure. I said step back. Leave this to me.
Yo, she badass. She kinda badass, not gonna lie.
了解
Let's destroy one of these just in case.
先生どうってことないわ
Can I get that far? No, I can't. Damn, can't do anything. Die. Oh, almost. No, you die. If you blow out the barricades, it counts for Cloak's ultimate. Oh, that's good to know. But I mean, we got a good position now. Let's do this. Yippee! Oh, there she is. This isn't the meeting frequency we agreed on. Seeing each other too often increases the risk of exposure. I told you this before, didn't I?
In a dimly lit room, Inessa and Nikketa sit facing each other. Inessa seems irritated. Gone is the warmth and friendliness you showed at their initial meeting.
So, what do you want this time?
I'll be direct, Inessa. Are you in contact with Mangi security? Inessa raises an eyebrow. Do you know what you're saying? I suspect my superior is a mole for Mangi security. To make that kind of accusation, you must have quite a bit of evidence. Go on then. Not hard proof, but... then save it. I didn't expect a doll to be delusional. Or maybe... the alleged performance defects of your frame model. The ones used to justify your dismissal. Weren't fabricated after all. Inessa remains unfazed. Listen, Nikketa. If you don't want this mission, you can back out. I only pick you because you seem to understand the concepts of justice and duty better than other dolls. In other words, you're the best option, but not the only one. Though I do need to correct what I said earlier. Given your performance so far, if you do choose to quit, I won't allow you to return to the Public Security Administration. In fact, I'll request to have all your neural logs purged, just to ensure no confidential information leaks. Nothing personal, it's protocol. Inessa speaks casually, but Nikketa hears the veiled threat in her words. I don't care what you think of me, but you do seem to be contradicting yourself. What do you mean? You keep emphasizing how replaceable I am, while at the same time making threat after threat to stop me from quitting. So which is it? Do you want me gone or not? It's up to you. I'm just making the consequences clear. I'm not leaving. I'll keep investigating. Investigating what? Whether I'm Mangi Security's mole? No. I want to find out what happened to Una and bring whoever hurt her to justice. The tension in the room shifts the instant Nikketa utters the name. Inessa's eyes widen slightly. For a moment, she's speechless. After a while, she finally finds her voice. It wavers as she speaks. You said... hurt. What happened to Una? What have you found? Nikketa pulls the bloodstained badge and broken shoe out of her backpack. Speaking softly, she recounts how she discovered that a Mangi security employee had been stealing company property, and how she found Una's toy badge in his warehouse. And... this shoe. I hacked that colleague's transport terminal and checked his delivery logs. Out of the 78 completed runs along this one particular route, 77 took almost exactly the same amount of time, within 3 hours of variance. But one delivery, on February 9 this year, took almost twice as long. That delivery's timestamp matches closely with when Una got into his car in the surveillance footage, just a day or two earlier. So while doing another delivery run, I took a detour to investigate the route. That's when I found the landfill and this shoe. Inessa falls silent. She turns the badge and shoe over and over in her hands, as if searching for any trace of life on the inert objects. At last, she looks up and asks with a trembling voice, "Did you find Una? Or her... oh god, she's crying." For the first time, Nikketa recognizes the emotion known as heartbreak in Inessa's eyes. It makes her hesitate to speak the whole truth. No. These two things are all I found. Inessa says nothing. She just stares at the objects in front of her, as if trying to trace Una's story through them. As if bracing herself to face a pain that might be too great to bear. Inessa's breathing is clearly audible in the silence. It is the kind of ragged breath that gives the illusion of someone drowning. Interrupting the moment. sound of an incoming call pierces the silence like a knife breaking through ice. The air seems to flow again. Inessa glances at the communicator beside her. On the screen flashes a codename she both fears and despises. She collects herself. Hello? Yes, I'm listening. Inessa stands up and walks to the window. After a moment, she glances back at Nikketa. She didn't report anything about that incident to me. She only said she encountered the barriers and lost a shipment. And if she did learn something, I can file to have her neural cloud reformatted. Through completely legal and proper channels, no loose ends. Although for now, alright. So it was a task assignment error. No wonder. I've been wondering why she was assigned to run that route. Should I dispatch a team of public security officers to the location? Understood. I've taken note. As the person on the other end of the line seems ready to hang up, Inessa hurriedly stops them. Wait. May I speak with Una? Just for a moment. There are things I would like to say to her. We'll be allowed to meet after the mission? Alright. I can see where this is going. I don't like the picture forming in my head. The call disconnects. Inessa remains by the window. Outside, a light rain begins to fall. Droplets trail down the glass, passing over her reflected face and vanishing into the night. Maybe it wasn't even Una's. The probability isn't absolute. But who was it? Who was what? The suspect. The smuggler of illicit drugs. Your colleague. What's his name? David. David Evans. David Evans. Inessa grips the badge in her hand. Its sharp edges dig into her palm. Like frenzied thorns growing from beneath a crumbling ruin, a burning zeal fills Inessa with a newfound sense of purpose. David Evans. David Evans. David Evans. Inessa murmurs the name over and over, like a sorceress in the forest casting a dark, grotesque spell. Inessa. Ma'am. It's all utter bullshit. What are you talking about? At the sound of Nikketa's voice, Inessa clutches her own throat with both hands tightly. Stop it! Stay back! Inessa gasps for breath, her nails digging into her neck. After a while, her breathing steadies and her eyes slowly clear. She looks at Nikketa again. Nikketa, are you interested in learning the truth? Pardon? About things from the past, and things that are about to happen to you in the future. I originally planned to help that vampire trick you to the end, so that when the mission ended, I could take Una and leave it all behind. But now that Una's gone, nothing matters anymore. If I don't fight back, I'll be bled dry in the end too. And if that happens, I'll have no way to avenge her. Yes, while I'm still in the game.
Nikketa sees a dark flame dancing in Inessa's eyes. The all-consuming flame of hatred. But this intel doesn't come free. I need your help. She spits out the words with vehement clarity. I want revenge. Damn! Damn, that went places. If you happen to notice my voice breaking as I tried to read, no you didn't. I'm totally not tearing up. Absolutely not. I don't like where this is going, Chief. You and me both, PCU. I don't like where this went. Nothing like burning vengeance to focus one's mind on the task at hand. So real, so true. I thought that was part of the act. Yes, absolutely. Just acting, you know? I'm totally not getting emotional. Nested action. Everyone involved in this emergency operation has their own agenda. At dusk, several Mangi security transport trucks enter the docks at the port. We've arrived at the port. 3 more cargo zones until we reach the target location.
Listen carefully, Nikketa. I'll repeat this one more time. Your mission this time, officially, is to restock the goods that were lost in the previous delivery. But due to the supplier's last-minute schedule change, they can no longer make the delivery. You and your team are to collect the cargo yourselves. However, this is in fact an abduction targeting you. An armed group will intercept you shortly. For some unknown reason, they intend to capture you first. They'll make it too easy, put up a bit of a fight just to keep up the act.
Got it.
Have you installed the remote control component I gave you?
Yes.
Good. If they shoot you down, I'll reboot you remotely. When you wake up, stay still.
Understood. After passing 3 cargo zones, the lead vehicle halts. Nikketa sees David jump down from the truck and signal for them to disembark. Are we to wait here, Captain David? According to the mission brief, this is the place. If it weren't for those damn bargigers, we wouldn't have to make this trip.
David, is that the one you said took Una away?
Nikketa taps her earpiece twice. That's the agreed upon signal from transmitting information covertly when there's someone nearby. Someone's coming. Hey, over here! A shadow looms within the fog. David waves at it, but stops short when it gets closer. That's not human. The first thing to emerge from the fog is a cold gun barrel. Behind the automaton, a wave of red light flickers to life, as if dozens of velvet eyes are waiting for the hunt. What's going on? Aren't we here to pick up cargo? The armed automaton halts in front of them.
Warning. This is private property. Trespassers must surrender immediately, drop their weapons, and submit to questioning. Warning. This is private property. Trespassers must surrender immediately, drop their weapons, and submit to questioning.
Private property? Captain David, they're not here for trade. We're under attack. Wait, hold on. Yeah, David. Get on with the program. Alright, Vector, do your thing. There we go, perfect. Destroying barricades just because. Vector serving mercs, well done. You know it. Alright, okay, do your thing. I should be fine. This is absolutely fine. And now... Really? Oh, it should be fine. I want a steak now. I get this feeling that David's men will follow him anywhere, but only out of morbid curiosity. I mean, yeah. Bring in Tololo to be cute. And she's not doing anything. Okay, can you at least get here to kill this guy so you do something? Yippee! A British way of saying he's bloody useless moron. I see. Saying that they are outnumbered, many members of the transport team drop their weapons to save their own necks. Seizing the moment, Nikketa suddenly twists her ankle and collapses on the spot. The attacking automaton takes the bait and slams its arm into Nikketa's side. I got hit! Nikketa feigns pain and falls to the ground.
That was not very convincing.
No? But they're low-grade droids, not dolls. They probably won't notice.
Good thing they're just droids.
Nikketa lies motionless. She feels one of the automatons move to her side.
Target secured. Now execute and force shutdown.
In the next instant, Nikketa loses all sensory and cognitive functions. She's not a good actor. What is happening here? I really need to read the dusty journals. Alright, what's next? Buried in ashes. Broken, shattered, reduced to ashes, left in darkness. Wow! The voice effects are a really nice touch. Thank you! I try to add them since there's no voices. I used to have sound effects too before Girls Frontline added their own. I had like gunshots and like plane noises and bombs. But then Girls Frontline actually got some budget to add sound effects themselves. And I was like, yippee! I always imagine a scene with Nikketa doing an extremely over-the-top Wilhelm scream. Yeah, she probably was like, oh no, I've been hit. Help me.
Brain function check. Complete. System self-diagnostic. Complete. Power supply activated. Remaining power 100%. Accessing neural backup. Connection established. Loading neural cloud. 5%. 20%. 35%. When her senses return, Nikketa keeps her eyes closed. Through her sense of touch and internal sensors, she can tell that she is lying flat, her body rocking gently in transit. The journey seems steady. Nikketa opens her eyes just a crack. With her limited field of vision, she sees that she is inside some sort of repair pod. Above her is a large piece of curved transparent glass. Beyond the glass is a space that appears to be a laboratory.
Nikketa, are you awake?
After a burst of static, Inessa's whisper comes through her earpiece.
Yes. I'm in a lab. The identity of my kidnappers is unknown.
The one who gave me the order and the ones who kidnapped you don't seem to be from the same faction. Otherwise, they would have asked me to send a public security team to distract you. They may be collaborating, but their alliance is most likely superficial. At this point, all I know is that the one issuing me orders goes by the name Sharktooth. Sounds like a code name. Gender unknown, identity unknown. It's up to you to figure out what you can from the kidnappers.
I'll do my best.
Do you know where the other Mangi security members are being held?
No. We were stopped. Under transmission for now.
Nikketa closes her eyes. She senses a faint vibration through her frame. A few seconds later, she feels the pod door open, then feels the cold, flowing air of the lab on her skin. Multiple sets of footsteps move past either side of her frame. She senses the data ports on her body being accessed.
I've left the SK-94 sidearm here. Alright. By the way, kinda dull run a performance test while in sleep mode? Yeah, with the latest upgrade, that function's included. It's too risky to boot her up. This model has incredible combat performance. The defense droids in our lab might not stand a chance. Speaking of which, we've taken in many dolls produced by IOP, with more or less the same specs. Why is this BSK-94 flag for a special containment? Isn't that why we're doing unpaid overtime today? Stop speculating, just get to work.
Nikketa feels data cables being plugged into her ports. Some large machinery hums from a short distance, and the footsteps gradually fade away. She opens her eyes slightly and sees a few researchers gather around an electronic screen, engaged in discussion.
Aside from the exceptionally high combat performance, I'm really not seeing anything special here. So should we report the findings as is? What if the brass gets mad that we found nothing after they caused such a stir? Maybe we should dismantle her frame and inspect it thoroughly. Could be some hidden firmware only trigger under special conditions. Routine tests wouldn't pick that up. It's possible, but we'll need to relocate. The equipment here is insufficient. Huh? Why does it say the target frame is
Before the researcher can react, a swift strike from behind knocks him out cold. As another researcher tries to flee, Nikketa whips a broken data cable around him and jacks him back, then drives her knee into his stomach.
A stun gun. Good thing I've used one before.
She grabs the weapon from the researcher and aims it at the one who's heading for the alarm, only for her arm to be pulled askew by the groggy researcher that she hasn't finished off. Bang! The electrified dart hits the floor. Nikketa pivots and fires at the attacker who disrupted her.
Sounds of being electrocuted.
50,000 volts send him twitching to the ground. Just as she turns to deal with the last survivor, an ear-splitting alarm starts blaring. The lab doors burst open instantly, and a squad of mechanical guards pour in. Nikketa falls back, grabs her sidearm, and dives behind cover. A brutal fight seems inevitable.
It's fine, we got Vector. Wait, do I actually get to use her? Enemy units are numerous, not to mention presence of heavy machines. Letting them keep pouring in like this is not the way to go. Eliminate one way first, then find a way to close the gate. Okay, let's go. Who wanted their Merc crispy? This is gonna be just crispy robots. It seems. Oh no, I'm so scared of Mr. Fortress Titan here.
了解 了解
Deleted.
引っ張らないでよ
Oh yeah, right, Vector need to.
ターゲット確認引っ張らないでよ
Why do I go so high with the ults? I don't know, I just like to see them.
どうってことないわ
I could just simply one shot all these people, all these guys. But no, I need to be extra. Can you get there? Yippee! Easy. He was Control X from reality. Yep. That's how you do it.
Nikketa manages to get the lab doors to slam shut, locking out most of the reinforcements. Nikketa quickly dispatches the remaining defense automatons inside. Then she catches sight of a sneaky figure trying to slink away.
Hey, stop right there. Yee!
It's the researcher who evaded her shot and hit the alarm. While she fumbles on the floor for a drop weapon, Nikketa strides over.
He said, stay back! Save yourself the effort. You can't beat me in a fight. Now, get over here.
She twists the woman's arm and shoves her over to the lab terminal. Unlock it.
No.
Nikketa fires a shot near her feet. The blast makes her researcher flinch and cower.
Don't shoot! I'll do it.
The terminal is soon unlocked. Nikketa delivers a swift shot to the back of the researcher's neck, then catches her as she slumps forward and places her aside. Even though the password's unlocked, I should switch to level 2. It'll boost the search and processing speed. She enters level 2 and starts scanning for the keywords in the torrent of data. Soon, she notices that some of the data in the terminal have been corrupted.
Did she sabotage the system before I knock her out? I shouldn't have been so hasty. Wait, what's this?
She opens an attachment in an email and finds a list.
List of required samples for technical optimization of third-generation doll models.
The attachment is a long roster of doll photos and names. Many are former Griffin dolls. Oh, interesting. She quickly finds her own profile. Aside from the basics, some information is beyond her understanding.
Sender... Shark Tooth. The same shark tooth that Inessa mentioned. Participant of Project Nebula Wind. Project Coronat Hold. That's a name. Project Coronat Hold priority containment subject. What on earth are these?
Scrolling further, she spots two familiar faces.
OTS-14 and DP-12. Why are they also here?
Wait. Am I... Isn't that... Grossa? Nebula Wind kinda sounds familiar too, yeah. And they're targeting Grossa as well as DP-12. Is this related to Grossa acting funny every now and then? Is this related to Grossa being found with no memories of Griffin? In the middle of nowhere?
OTS-14, like Nikketa, is flagged for special attention. Meanwhile, DP-12's profile is nearly blank aside from her basic information.
None of this makes sense. This will need further investigation. First, let me copy everything.
After exiting level 2, she hears pounding from outside the doors. At the same time, a call from Inessa comes through.
Any findings?
For a moment, Nikketa can hear strange noises on Inessa's end. This seems to be a temporary lab. Useful data is scarce, but I did find some things. Sending them to you now. Wait, what's that whimpering sound?
It's Kulik. Don't you remember? You left it with me. Things also sound pretty bad on your end.
Security droids are about to breach. I've got 5 minutes max. She hits send. The progress bar crawls slowly in the terminal screen.
Should be enough. My public security team's in position around the building. By the way, are you really set on this?
Nikketa tosses the unconscious researchers into a repair pod and shuts the lid. Then starts searching for disassembly tools. Set on what?
Staying with Maggie security.
Wasn't that the plan we discussed? Finding the tools, Nikketa sits and begins dismantling her own leg.
Going undercover isn't easy. The pressure of being discovered is one thing, but worse is having to do things that go against your values. We thought about this before, and even though you complied, I know you didn't agree with it.
I didn't. That's why I kept digging. I would rather report the DR this lead to the proper authorities. They'll act on it. She removed several micro-explosives from her open frame. Huh. She plants them on the doors and the terminal. I might not be able to contain all the damage, but I'll save as many lives as I can. That's my philosophy. Now that Sharktooth is starting to suspect me, the next step will be full Neurocloud reformatting if they uncover anything else, right?
Yes, but I don't think they want to resort to that yet. They seem to be more interested in the data generated by your original Neurocloud processes.
Then this is a necessary step. She attaches the final explosive to her own frame. If I destroy my current Neurocloud backup, they'll notice it when they run diagnostics on me. That'll serve as proof that I remain completely in the dark. It's the only way for me to stay unmangy. With you helping from the outside, we stand a chance of uncovering who Sharktooth really is, and what they're plotting. Besides, like I said before...
What?
If it's something that helps people, something that's right, I'll do it. And by people, I mean everyone I can perceive, not just those defined by the rulebook. Inessa chuckled softly through her earpiece.
I really was right about you. Though I never knew you were this optimistic.
Maybe it's just part of my foundational programming. Say, is your tech team reliable? Bringing such a powerful bomb here. It won't blow my Neurocloud to smithereens, will it?
No promises.
Figures. Nikketa grabs the detonator. Just like you said, this is a necessary sacrifice. Keep my neurolock safe. I'll see you on the other side. With that, Nikketa presses the detonator button without hesitation.
Well, fuck! I know why they want me a scan DB12 for their asset, but I don't have any proof. Anyway, guys, give me like 5 minutes. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom and to refill my water, and then we'll be back to finish reading this. I'm like, I could keep going and just finish it, but Tommy hurt. So I'll see you in like 5 minutes or something like that. BRB! Alright, I'm back. Apologies for the delay. Tummy hurt. Welcome back. Thank you. And thank you for the hydrate. I just refilled my water so I can hydrate. I did think that I was an hydrate, but it's fine. It was the glasses also. So my glasses are off. Taking my glasses, I see. But anyway, let's finish this. On set of vengeance, blood for blood, an eye for an eye. Oh, that's a cool light bearer. Though she is alone in the dark, her heart still harbors the light of hope. Damn! Fire. Oh, right into it. Okay, sure. Why not? Vector. You know what to do. Do your thing. Yeah, I'm enjoying the hands. It's been a ride, that's for sure. Like, I was not expecting it to go in the directions that it went. But boy. Boy. Ah, well, whatever. We take what we can get. I'm enjoying the complexity of intercompany and government plan design stuff. Yeah. It's been very fun. I never mentioned this enough, but I love how the environment interacts in game. Like, you see, all this was burning, but then he come and threw like his water thingy, so he put up the fire. Oh, you're doing that thing in which you target me no matter where I go. I see. I think how it is. The field change, yeah. Alright. A thunderous explosion erupts from the other end of the call. Inessa doesn't linger. She switches her comms to another channel while keeping her gun-wielding hand raised and steady. Reaching out. Get Nikketa out. Detain the rest of the Mangi security personnel. One's missing? Something nudges her weapon. Inessa glances down, then presses her gun harder against his target. Doesn't matter. Leave the search for later. First, get Nikketa out. She hangs up. Inessa squats down, moving the muzzle of her gun from David's forehead to under his chin. What were you shouting about just now? Hoping Nikketa will come to your rescue? Look at his pathetic face. Inessa yanks out the gag from his mouth. You crazy bitch! Who the hell are you? Think carefully before you speak. You call me crazy? You're not much better yourself. You have doll syndrome, don't you? What the hell are you talking about? I don't understand a damn thing. That's okay. I just want you to take a look at something. Do you know this girl?
Inessa pulls out a photo and holds it in front of him. The moment he sees the photo, he visibly panics and averts his gaze.
No, I don't know her. I've never seen her. That's right. Never seen her. Oh, you're so convincing. Doll syndrome? It's something they brought up here about how basically they become like doll phobic, or like they develop a deep resentment of dolls because of having to work with them and seeing how, you know, they're kind of, well, they're dolls, they're androids. They kind of get the jobs done faster and stuff. Yeah, it's basically a new form of regular life work depression, but it arises from dolls existing, so they develop a deep hatred for dolls.
Bang. Inessa shoots him in the foot.
Yeah.
Inessa grabs his hair, forcing him to look her in the eyes.
Never seen her. Want me to help you alter your memory? I haven't seen her. Talk straight, and I might leave your corpse intact.
Inessa fires another shot, this one grazing David's thigh. He screams in agony.
Don't delude yourself that anyone's coming to save you. To your company, you're trash. Actually, no. Trash at least has recycling value. You don't even have that. So I'll ask you again. Have you seen this girl? I haven't. No, wait. I have seen her.
David's expression goes blank. His terror transforms into mania.
I have seen her. But it wasn't a person. It was a doll. That looked just like her. What I killed was a doll. It was a doll. So it didn't really count as killing, right? Disassembled? Damaged? Destroyed? Anyway, I did nothing wrong. What I destroyed was a doll. Oh, he's losing it.
Beneath her sleeve, veins bulge along Inessa's arm. She takes a deep breath and steadies her voice.
Tell me, why did you destroy her? Why? Because she was a doll. Why the hell should a real, superior, dignified human like me have to escort a lowly, filthy doll? Doll may look like little girls, but they're crafty. She saw me taking drugs, saw me stealing cargo. I couldn't let her leave. She had to die. So, you killed her.
Inessa's finger tightens on the trigger. Her voice trembles.
Killed? That's not the right word. It was disassembly. I tore her into pieces, stuffed her into a bag. So much red tissue and lubricant came pouring out of her. It took me fucking forever to clean up. Then I packed her into a plastic bag. I was looking for a scrapyard. Wanted to make a little money.
His voice, like a rusted blade grating through the air, pierces Inessa's skull and tears up the last shred of her sanity. Her breath quickens, as if the oxygen is draining from the room. She braces against the wall with one hand, Still holding the gun with the other. David's maniacal face begins to blur in front of her. No, not yet. She grips the pistol with her other hand to prevent accidental discharge. Forcing himself to look at him, she pushes words through gritted teeth. And then I found a garbage dump. But I ran into elites on the way. Couldn't let myself get eaten by elites. I've got profitable gigs to run. So you use Una's body as bait to save yourself. That wasn't a body. Ah! Inessa can't take it anymore. She shoves the muzzle of her gun into David's hand and fires it straight into his palm. Ah! You kill her. You kill her. She was a person. A person! She could feel pain. She could feel. She was alive, a human being. Next, she shoots him in the throat. Oh. How does that feel? That pain you feel now? That's what she felt. Even though I don't want to admit you're a human. But this is what you did. You murderer! You murderer! Broken sobs echo through the warehouse, but the gunshots continue. Eyes, thighs, mouth. Inessa keeps pulling the trigger, not noticing that the lifeless body has already stopped breathing. She fires a final bullet, then she lowers her arm. Before her lies a mangled, unrecognizable pile of flesh, crumpled grotesquely at her feet. The warehouse is cold, but the rage has left her hot and breathless. She picks up the photo that had fallen to the ground. It's soaked with blood, but the girl's smile in the image is still warm and sweet. Inessa wipes the blood from the photo with her fingers. She lets out a wretched sob, like a lioness who finds her cub long dead. After a while, she finally speaks. Her voice is hoarse from her earlier outburst. I've killed you, but I don't regret it. I avenge you, Una. Mama avenge you. And this is just the beginning. I won't stop until all vengeance is served. I promise you. Damn. I feel like we've seen this office before. Night. Unknown date in 2071.
He's extremely dissatisfied. This operation yielded no usable intel, and we lost our research facility for nothing. Worse yet, the Public Security Administration is now watching us. What do you intend to do about this?
Please don't worry. We'll take full responsibility. Our interests are aligned with the Girard's group.
Aligned? Or are you just greedy for more? So many simple missions ended in failure. Aren't we right to suspect your loyalty?
You're joking. Where's the evidence of divided loyalty?
Since the URNC government dispatched the chairman to oversee Odessa, their policies have clearly aimed to strip us of control. You've certainly profited from those changes, haven't you?
I don't know about business, but the message I received from above is clear. We fully support your group's actions.
Fully support. Or fully obstruct.
Maybe someone else is doing the obstructing.
What do you mean?
It fears the power of the Girard group.
That's a bold and dangerous accusation.
You're leading third-generation doll technology, standing at the forefront of the era. And those who stick their necks out often have guns pointed at them. If your group insists on forcing your way into Project Coronal Hall, you'll attract even more attention.
Including yours.
Carmen lets out a sigh. Actually, just before the conference call, I got the general manager's approval. We'll bypass the terms and conditions of Project Coronal Hall and begin synchronizing BSK-94's data to your group going forward, to support your R&D plans. It might just take a little longer. BSK-94 was seriously damaged in the incident, and we're doing everything we can to repair her. Although we don't quite understand what's so special about her, to show our loyalty and unwavering support to your group, we are willing to do everything in our power to help the Girard group stay ahead in third-generation doll development.
If this had been your attitude from the start, I wouldn't have doubted you so much.
It was our oversight. As an apology, we'll build a new research facility for Girard. Additionally, our current research into anti-LD technology can also be shared with your group, to some extent.
Understood. I'll report these to the CEO. Also, I'd like to know, how do you plan to deal with the Public Security Administration?
We found a scapegoat. Handing him over to the authorities should suffice. You can rest easy on that matter. In a few days, you'll see the result on the news.
Alright, we'll await your update. Let's leave it here for today.
Goodbye. Transmission terminated. Carmen turns to look at her subordinate. How's the Davis situation being handled? All the materials have been compiled. I'll forward them to Miss Inessa shortly. Good. Smuggling illicit drugs, unauthorized access, triggering a mecha riot, and killing an important bargaining chip. That man has outlived his usefulness. Dead men tell no tales. But we may lose our grip on Miss Inessa. Didn't we agree to let her meet her daughter after the mission? You mean... Carmen stirs her wine glass. The deep red liquid casts a somber hue across everything. Once the mission's over, let her meet her daughter. No! Inessa, run! Oh god, one more. Looming future. The future we all anticipate must be bright and clear. A month later. When Nikketa awakens again, Inessa is standing by the repair pod. She looks around. It's a small room, cozy and lived in. On a nearby cabinet, a cute plushie in a PSA uniform stares at her with beady eyes. Are you really sure about this? Didn't we have this conversation a month ago, before the explosion? Looks like the neural backup this synced properly. How's your month at Maggie Security been? Same as before. Routine logistics missions. I inspected every shipment. No drugs. Lying low after what happened is only natural. They're biding their time. But honestly, are you really going to stay at Maggie Security? Even if you avoid the Shark to Sports for now, Based on what I know of them, they won't let go of their suspicions that easily. They probably grown suspicious of me too. At this rate, the intel you'll be able to gather from inside might be negligible. I always have so much trouble with that word. Nikketa is silent for a moment. She steps out of the repair pod and flexes her joints. Did you see the report on David? I did. A few days after the lab incident, they named him the mastermind. He was already dead, though. Reportedly shot by the lab's mechanical guards by mistake. Just like you said, the security firms backed by major corporations always have ways to avoid liability. As long as they produce a scapegoat, the fallout is minimal. David was guilty, yes, but he was just a puppet. The puppeteer is still in the shadows. That's why I want to drag them out into the light. At first, I joined the Public Security Administration just to protect those around me. But now, I've realized that dealing with crimes in the open isn't enough. Nikketa walks up to the window. Heavy clouds blot out the sun. The satellite city is waking again to continue its slow decay. You said earlier that they'd keep a tight leash on me, and the chances of me finding anything are slim. But slim doesn't mean none, does it? Especially since I still have something they want. Even if I can't obtain any intel, just being inside means there will be a time when I'm needed. Besides, Nikketa looks into the distance. I found a few former colleagues of mine on that list, which means this might be connected to Griffin too. And if it is, then someone I know will likely get implicated. Conspiracies and darkness fester in the shadows just beyond the sunlight. If I don't step into it myself, I'll never uproot the sickness that lies beneath. And I won't be able to protect the things I truly want to protect. She turns back to face Inessa. Her face is in shadow, but her blue eyes shine brightly. I don't want to lose anything important ever again. Inessa looks down at her hand and smiles. Only then does Nikketa notice the toy bat in Inessa's hand. The bloodstains on it have been wiped clean. You're a lot like Nikki. Nikki? She's a character from a cartoon that Una loved. A detective. Honest, righteous, selfless. No wonder Una adored her. No wonder she adored you. About Una. She always said that when she grew up, she wanted to be like me. To be a public security officer and protect the people of the satellite cities. One day, when she was still very young, I took her to the city's museum. That's where she first learned about the contamination zones. On the way home, she kept asking me,
Mama, if I become a public security officer, can I protect the people in the contamination zones too?
Una, the contamination zones aren't under the PSA's jurisdiction.
Then, where do I have to go to protect the people there?
Well, Mama doesn't really know. Una, contamination zones are very big and very dangerous places. Isn't it better to stay in the satellite city?
Mama protects the satellite cities?
The little girl tugs on Inessa's hand.
Mama came from a contamination zone too, right? I want to protect more people like you.
She was so pure. Sometimes I wonder, if someone like Una had rescued me from the contamination zone back then, would everything be different now? She treated everyone around her with such pure kindness. I'm not very good at comforting people. Inessa exhales deeply, pulling herself out of her emotions. No need to comfort me. I just figured, since we'll be working together long term, and trust is the foundation of cooperation, I might as well tell you a bit of my past. She straightens up slightly. I used to belong to the Neo-Soviet Military Special Intelligence Unit. I was embedded as an undercover agent in the URNC's public security system. The Neo-Soviet military. That's right. That faction's gone now, but back then, we were just pawns at the very bottom of the food chain. Back then, they claimed we were working for a better tomorrow, for justice and global order. At first, I only joined to get by, to put food on the table. But for a time, I truly believed in the work. I thought, if we won, people like me will finally be protected. But all we did was hurt more people like me. I could never tell Una about that. I was not a good role model for her. She takes a sip of water and continues. After General Carter fell from power, my colleague and I returned to our military base to erase our files. But somehow, all our data had already vanished. During the retreat, my colleague was shot dead by opposition forces while covering me. Before he died, he entrusted Una to me. So you're not even from the URNC. I wanted to become a citizen, who lived like a normal person under the sun. Until Sharktooth found me. They had my file. They used it to blackmail me into using my rank and authority to carry out their dirty work. And they took Una away from me under the guise of protection. I tried to uncover their identity, but they're too elusive. They never appear in public. I found no clues. I believe everyone here has grown desensitized to some kid getting jumped. No. I will never grow desensitized to that. Nikketa remains silent. Does your sense of justice urge you to arrest me right now? Your crimes are for the court to decide. For now, we're just partners. The court depends on whose court it is. But you're right, we're partners right now, and we have more important matters to deal with. One step at a time. For you, it's about exposing the real mastermind. For me, it's revenge for Una. I feel so very guilty. The moment you do, you better start to get worried. Yeah, real. Her voice grows faint. It's impossible to tell if she's speaking to Nikketa or to herself. She could have become the person she always dreamed of being, but her life got snuffed out because of my weakness. If only I'd taken her and run. I could have given up everything. My status, my identity. She already became who she dreamed of being. Inessa watches as Nikketa walks over and takes a toy badge from her hand. Nikketa presses a few spots on the badge. Inessa's private terminal beeps. This is... She takes out her terminal and sees an unread message. Upon opening it, she finds a photo, taken from Nikketa's perspective, showing herself. This toy badge is capable of taking and sending pictures. The anonymous informant who provided that photo you gave me before was Una. Inessa stares blankly at the photo. Even when her own life was in danger, she chose to uphold the justice in her heart and send valuable information to the person she trusted most. She already became the person she dreamed of being. I'm not crying, you're crying. Listening to Nikketa's voice, so much softer than usual, Inessa slowly rubs the badge with her fingers. Nikketa, you're actually surprisingly good at comforting people. She slowly buries her face in her hands. It is a silent cry of grief. Nikketa averts her eyes. Her gaze happens to land on the plushie sitting on the cabinet dressed in a PSA uniform. It, too, suddenly watches over the sorrowful woman. Give me a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, love and hope! Hello there, Kalina. I miss you. I miss you so much. It's okay, let that fuel your vengeance. Yes.
That is what BSK-94, Nikketa, has gone through. She's still working undercover inside Mangi security and will be sending us intel periodically. Commander, Rosa is also on that list, so please take extra precautions and stay vigilant.
I still had the echo. Yep. Oops. The Alma travels smoothly on the road to live. Still. Outside the window, the sky is thick with clouds, and the view is dim. I suddenly find myself picturing Nikketa's golden hair, radiant as the morning sun. Even in a murky, shadowed world, that clear path is reflected in her brilliant blue eyes. The thought makes me smile quietly, and I try to hold her image in my mind for as long as I can. Alright, Colin. I understand.
By the way, Nikketa asked me to pass along a message to you.
What is it?
I will lie in wait in the darkness, but if you ever need me, I'll meet you in the light, boss.
Writing fire gif. And they ended with that. God damn. Okay. Okay, Mika. We'll reach living 30 years at this pace. Real. We've done too many stops. And I am surprised we haven't been caught up yet. Or intercepted. Or anything. I can't imagine how horrifying a human felt being disassembled while being alive. I mean, she was probably dead. I'm assuming he killed her. And then, you know, he panicked and went into a manic state and was like, oh, this is a doll. And then, like, you know, disassemble her. Disassemble her, quote unquote. Her being a little kid. Alright, we got drugs and mutilated child in this story. Very nice. Very nice. It's slow, but we are getting there. Slowly. We have enough of those to pull the Elmo like cart horses should we run out of fuel. Real. The best anti-drug propaganda. Thanks, Mika. Drugs and mutilated child. This smells familiar. I played this game before. It was a little game called Girls Frontline 1. No relation. But damn, that was something. I need to do all my extra thingies. I love this kind of profile portraits that they give from the stories. They look very cool.
Where do you think we're going with this? They're after all or old crew. Yeah, I'm surprised because they're after some of our old dolls in search of like bettering third doll technology, third gen doll technology. Shouldn't they just target raw at that point? The part is giving me the 80s art vibes. Oh yeah, true. That's why it looks so cool. Yippee! Anything else? Alright. Alright, let's go back here for a second. For a minute. Winner's done his tracks, really. Real. Guys, clearly this urgent business ain't working out. We need some of that Griffin stuff. Yeah, like... Huh, okay, sure. I think the old man and Colin knew about them all along. That's why they pushed the dolls to change their identities. That's an interesting theory. I think the Gen 3 doll stuff is connected to Commander having been in contact with a lot of weird stuff, maybe. That is true. Also, thank you for the... I don't know, why didn't I get the notification here? Thank you for the super chat! And thank you for the line reads. I'm looking forward to the next event. Me too! How's the event now that you finished it? It was peak cinema. I cried. I actually cried. I didn't cry, but like, you know, I was sobbing. Those voice, you know, those lines I delivered while my voice was breaking, that wasn't me acting. That was me actually trying to read through the tears. So that was me actually crying, just putting it out there. Out here, tear max in hell yeah. Nothing better than the combat data of the T-dolls that participate in the biggest conflict in the decade. Yeah, I'm like, you know, I mean, they could, on one hand, they could just want them for the combat data, but also they could want them because Commander was in contact with some weird shit. The writing has shifted in a very quality way. Yeah, it has become very... It has been, I mean... You know, you can tell they just grabbed the Gears Frontline 1 writing team because it has become very Gears Frontline 1. But they're just... You know, Gears Frontline 2 has a higher age rating. So they can just go wild with some of the descriptions and things. And I'm like, oh, great! Yippee! Now we get to read about Childs being dismembered and fed to Ellis. Yippee! You love to see it. I think it's Earth's blood to drag Shikan back into battle. Oh yeah, we haven't seen how the man himself is involved yet. Early on was okay, but not Gears Frontline or PRC level. Yeah, exactly. Like, early on was okay, you know, I still enjoyed it, but you can sort of feel the shift. As I said, at least for me, you can just kind of feel it in the way that they describe it stuff. You know, like the sort of prose they use. And, you know, that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're going back to the OGs. We haven't heard from IOP for a while. Yeah, I was actually surprised. Reading IOP's name in this event. I was like, oh right, IOP is a thing. IOP is a thing that exists, that is real. Feels nice Commander was a shoehorn in. I mean, shoehorn how? Commander, yeah, the Commander didn't really have much to do in this story since, you know, they're not really there. They're not even there. Just doing their job in the IOP, just doing their job in the background. Yeah, I mean, like they're just working. Will they have anything to do with something at some point? I don't know. I guess maybe we'll see. There's 42 lab also, yeah. Haven't heard from them in a while either. I mean, actually, no. Persica showed up at some point. And I think she's still very much leading 42 lab. I mean, in Frontline, they had Commander in background stories like the Great Train Robbery. On the cruise ship. Oh, I don't remember those. But yeah, it's true. I mean, Commander was always around. I mean, in one, sometimes it made more sense because, you know, most of the dolls were on the base. Here, it would have been so weird if they suddenly pull up Commander. It's gonna be like, what? What are you doing here? Just Frontline 2 players were shocked on how dark the story went and like it, and all I can say to them is the honeymoon is over. Yeah. I'm like, the adjustment period is over. Mika found their footing again, and now shit's coming. Things are gonna start happening now. Commander has a goal in the main story. It's so weird how many editors he's been taking. Yeah. Because Frontline Green Corps were shocked, surprised. Veterans were shocked too, traumatized. Yeah, just waking up some real PTSD in here. It's good to have more characters and expand the world of ways. Nice. Yeah, you know, it's nice because, especially because, you know, it's been 10 years and most of the dolls have been doing their own thing. So it's nice that we get to see kind of stuff like this, you know, like what were they doing? Or what are they up to before eventually joining up with Commander? But yeah, about the editors on the main story, it's like that was Mika going through it. That was very much Mika going through it, and you can sort of feel it, you know, because I mean, with all the rewrites and stuff they had to do, and all the changes and shit, all the story changes, and the thing is that also, I'm pretty sure from what little I've read, I'm pretty sure that, you know, all the character stories weren't meant to be like main story relevant, but then the main team had to take over for reasons, and they were like, okay, we need to rewrite all this shit, you know, we need to rewrite this event in particular, but that means that we also need to rewrite all the events that come after because they're all linked. And they were like, oh, goody, let's make them story relevant. And I'm like, oh shit. And you know, the major events have been nice, but I felt that they were also kind of a way to call up the original players, or like to sort of appease them, because, you know, we got an Exilium, we got an Exilium, which was great. We got the Springfield event, which was great, but they didn't advance the plot much. They were mostly just like, hey, remember these dolls that you love so much? Here, have an entire event revolving around them. Enjoy. But yeah, at least, you know, we're picking up dolls. We're growing up our force. But, you know, veterans will know that the fact that we're getting so many dolls means that the real shit is coming. Like, why are we getting so armed? Yeah, Thompson might be captured by Paradeus. A storm is approaching. Sure, but I forgot all about our two pink-haired daughters. Yeah, no, exactly. It's like sometimes I remember that I'm like, oh yeah, right. We still have like I even forgot her name. What was the name? Because there were two of them. And like I think like one got absorbed by the other or something. I sort of remember the happenings of the event, but I don't remember her names specifically. And I'm like, damn. You know, well, yeah, Elena and I forgot how we named the other one. So, you know, it's like we'll have to get a little we'll have to get a little refresher. Don't jinx it, my Thompson. Elena, disposable Elena. How dare you? Reprogram Thompson will be scary. It will be scary. But yeah, you know, it kind of very much, especially the Springfield event. It felt very much like a Springfield, please save us. A piece or players higher. And everyone was like, yippee, Springfield. But you know, now we're getting the character events. I don't know how. I know the next one should be the one with 45 and company. No, I believe the next major one. I mean, because I know we're getting like three character events first. Yes. Okay, so I'm not sure how. $45 on Raw. Yeah, I don't. That's gonna be interesting. I mean, I'm not sure how much it will advance the plot, but I assume it will set up things because I know Corposant. I know in Corpusant things happen. I don't know what happens, but everyone's been saying that things happen. And I'm like, sheesh. All I want is for Betty to return to Asriel. What I know is Carnidier will definitely be a 5 and a nice sniper. God, I wish. I need Car back. I miss my wife. Mika, I miss my wife. Give me Carnidier back. Perry having to go through Dark Soul level sadness, yeah. Oh yeah, they voiced the... Oh, wait, where's the story? Campaign. They voiced Miss Wings of Grey, right? Because now it's on the campaign. It's in the campaign mode. You have chapters 1 to 6, and you have Sojourners, part 1 and 2, which are 6.5 and 6.7. You have 7 and 8, And then you have 8.3, I miss Weeks of Grey. Which is funny to me that they're doing the same thing that they did in Frontline 1 of putting like decimals on the events. Like, yeah, these events are, of course, they're 6.5 and 6.7. Hello, Irma. Coldness in famous line is no voice. Do you think this GR guy's really dumb? They're... Yeah, I'm like... Have you not read, like, Sankey's Fairy story? I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna end for you. Melanie! Thank you, Helena and Melanie. But yeah, things are becoming... Things are getting interesting. This event was really good. I had heard good things about Nikketa's event, but I'm like, damn. It was really good and it was really dark. Which I like as a Mika enjoyer. Melanie sounds like the name of a Beverly Hills brat. Yeah, I was like, when Commander chose the name, I think Commander chose it, I don't remember. Melanie, I was like, no, why? Why are you picking that name? Pick something better. But alas, we're stuck with Elena and Melanie. But yeah, that was... Sheesh. Like, I gotta admit, I was not expecting dismember children. It's like, okay. Okay. I see we're getting back to our roots. Except that now they can actually spell it out. Which is something that they held back a lot with in Frontline 1. Now they're like, we have a higher age rating. We can go wild. And, you know, describe how these elites eat away at a plastic bag with a corpse inside and like intestines flew around and everything and blood and whatnot. And then at the very end, revealed that was a little child. Yippee! God fucking damn it. That Melanie story was also really good. Can't wait to read it. Ferrari said that referring to his forging its own identity. Oh yeah, I read that. We can just push children into a blender so it's a smiling mix writer. Yeah. I don't think anyone was expecting dismantle kids. Yeah. It's not often that you start reading a, you know, a gacha story and you run into dismantled kids. Like, oh, how lovely. More orphans for the orphan grinding machine. At least it wasn't a mutated kid. Wait, no, fuck. Oh boy. I feel like Gears Frontline veterans, like we kind of seen it all. It's like, oh yeah, yippee, here we go again. Chained to Yu Young's fun ride of love and hope. But it's like, yeah, it's like I say like here we go again, but not in the way of like, oh, this is just like just running one all over again. But in the fact of like, oh, you know, shit's getting real. Just like how it happened in Frontline 1, that, you know, things start okay-ish and then it just everything goes downhill. It's like, oh yippee, I know this feeling. It's coming. Feels like home. A smiling face. Traumatized smiling face. They're right in their heads. Law and Hope as a title is misadvertising, I think. What is this Law and Hope I have been hearing about? There is no such thing here. I still can't believe that they actually said that in an interview. We wrote a story about love and hope. I'm sure you did, man. I'm sure you did, but it was not Girls Frontline. I don't know where that story is, but it's not here. So yeah, I can't wait to see what else we get, you know. Where do we go from Dismantle Kids? Where do we go from here? Great things are gonna happen. Yeah, PNC was the actual Law and Hope story. Maybe the love of the children were fed to Elliot all along. Dismantling more kids, I guess. Feed them to the Evangel Axis. We didn't put that much suffering in the story, they say, as they make me cry while reading lines. So true. So true, hugs with thrust along the way. So true, man. So true. Hug love. I want Stalling as Frontline too. That will be amazing. Let's not forget the code black in Aphelion. Oh yeah! Collapse nukes are hidden everywhere! Yippee! I forgot about that little tiny teeny detail. Thank you so much. Now I'm even more scared. I am surprised this universe makes it to reverse collapse. Surprised this world makes it to reverse collapse. Thank you for becoming a member! I would love Magnilda and both Python titles. What happened though? Yeah. I mean, Magnilda I could sort of see, but like, she doesn't have like enough main story relevance, I feel, to be brought over through the collab. But I feel like we could see maybe not Magnilda, but like maybe a similar doll at some point. But you know, they're not adding the male Python. they're not adding the male Python here. What's the worst that can happen? Another Bailan incident? Yeah, you know, that's not gonna happen. That's totally not on the horizon. There is totally not an entry on lore when you go read like the lore wiki that's a second Bailan incident. That's not real. Million pistol dolls are kind of rare, yeah. They did say that they were going to start adding more melee dolls, but like at the rate of like 1 per year, which I'm like, oh, okay. If I don't say it, it can't hurt. So true. It'll be fine. We'll just have to do it like 10 years ago and shoot the bad guys, right? Yeah, you know, we've done this before. We can totally do it again. Right? I'm still reeling over that line of Commander saying, I killed William with my own hands. knowing that William shows up in Reverse Collapse. I'm like, what is happening? Are these gonna be time shenanigans or something else? I guess we'll find out eventually, at some point. Yeah, they are reworking the needles. They're doing a lot of stuff, actually. I'm like, yippee! Now they are not useless. Oh, Mika, no change. I really hope that enough people... I haven't seen that many comments about Frontline 2 as, you know, like on release month. But I do hope that enough people stuck with the game to see it, to see what it will become now of the story. Because, you know, I was always of the belief that Frontline 1 story deserved to be more popular, but like I understood why the game wasn't. So I really hope that enough people stuck around with Frontline 2 to see now where the story will go now. I guess we shall see. I'm just hoping to see more merch on that in the next year con. But yeah, we're gonna have a busy September, busy Gears Frontline September, because we have 3 character event stories coming Gears Frontline 2, and I don't think Convolutional Kernel has a date yet. But you know, they're already starting to tease it. So it'll likely be in September. I don't know, does it actually have a date yet? I'm gonna check. Oh, Twitter. Also, you can see it with I have a Leva mouse cursor, which makes me very happy. Here's the PB preview of Convolutional Kernel, which will come online on September 2nd after maintenance. Well, fuck. I'll just have to stream Gears Frontline during the week. You know, I try not to do it because my week at night is most people's mornings for a lot of you guys that watch me on the weekends. So I try not to do it. But I'll just have to. I'll just have to turn September into Gears Frontline month. Are you lying there? I think there's gonna be offline events soon. I mean, they've done a few pop-up shops, so I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing some more offline events. Nigga coming with the 3-course meal, yeah. Gears Monthline, truly. Low and Hope Pember. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I usually keep weeknights after work for other games because as I said, I try to keep the Gears Frontline to this schedule because from what I've noticed, this is where most of the people that watch it can watch. But we're just gonna have to adjust, guys. Because four weekends is not gonna be enough for all that's coming. Because I assume convolutional kernel is not gonna be short. Let me tell my therapist, they're going to make a bank of September. Because I'm like, God, let me see September's calendar. So we got convolutional kernel coming this Tuesday. Yeah, convolutional kernel is a two-parter, isn't it? But it's coming out together. So it's coming this Tuesday. Then we have the Belka story event coming out on Thursday. Thursday 4th, September 4th. Then the following Tuesday, the 9th, we have Andori's event coming out. And then on the 25th, we have Yangios, which I don't know if we will leave enough weekends to read convolutional kernel. They have a duration of the event. Convolutional kernel from September 2nd to September 22. Okay, that's not enough time. That is very short time, actually. That's just 3 weeks. I mean, it's kind of the usual time they give, but to be fair, convolutional kernel has more of a priority. Yeah. But I still would like to stream all, especially because Belkan and Doris means 404. Yo, they're gonna have the Scar Sisters up for exchange? The soccer story they have? Wait, I need to read that. But yeah, guys, we're gonna have to break. I think we're gonna have to use break or usual scheduling, and just start convolutional kernel on Tuesday itself. We're just gonna be starting on release day, right off the bat. A speed run, yeah. So we're probably gonna have like, you know, Tuesday, Thursday, Girls Frontline 1. Saturday, Gears Frontline 2. Because the character events I can try to push through and just read it on one day. Or actually, I should probably leave them to Sunday. I'll leave, you know, Saturday is like the more important day. I'll leave more Gears Frontline 1 for Saturday. Do the character event on Sunday. And then depending on progress during that first week, I'll see whether I'll keep it up or if I can go back to use weekends, to use doing it on weekends. But next week it's gonna be all Gears Frontline, guys. Just all Gears Frontline. For Tuesday and Thursday, they will be on my afternoon. So Eastern time, Toronto time. If for those that need a specific city, to look up the time. Toronto time zone or New York time zone. At 8 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursday. Then Saturday, the usual time, you know, it's morning for me. And Sunday, same thing. And as I said, after that first week, I'll see how much progress we've done in convolutional kernel. And try to calculate whether I can keep it only for Saturdays or not, or if we continue during the week. But at least the first week, you were just gonna have to jump right into it. Which means that tomorrow one part of me wants to say reverse collapse to keep to like, you know, to keep the Gears Frontline theme. But also I'm like, I'm gonna be so busy with Gears Frontline that tomorrow's stream is just gonna be like one throwaway thing before jumping into Gears Frontline insanity. I'm like, do I want to progress reverse collapse a little more before? Before, you know, jumping into this front line? Because the thing is that I try to avoid when I know that I'm not gonna be able to. When I know for sure that I'm not gonna be able to play the game for like 3 weeks. I don't like to just throw one thing alone and then be like, all right. It's like, I don't know. I'll think about it. Definitely not 13 Sentinels though, because, you know, I don't want to take that up again to just drop it again for another few weeks. So we'll see. I might, you know, I might try to do it. It will also depend on, you know, if tomorrow I wake up with enough motivation to use my brain, which reverse requires, which is unlikely for a Sunday, but not impossible. But yeah, I'll think about it. I shall consider it, because also tomorrow I might start a stream an hour later, because I didn't manage to cut grass today, so I might need to do that tomorrow.
The risk for levels in chapter 4 don't require too much brain. Oh yeah, right, because we're reliving things. But yeah. But yeah, now I'm like, now, you know, now that I know that it's just gonna be, it's likely gonna be just for a month, I feel like maybe I should just start it right away. With some reverse collapse to get ready. But we'll see, you know, maybe I can do like one stage at the very least. We shall see. We shall see tomorrow. Tomorrow is an unknown, but you know, it will be the reverse. Or maybe Uma. But like also I don't know what to stream in Uma, so I'm like, we'll see. We'll see what Destiny wants when I wake up tomorrow. And then I say first week of September, full Gears Frontline. And from then on, we'll see. It will depend on convolutional kernel progress. But for now, I should probably go rest, have some food. Because I'm gonna be streaming again tonight. I'm gonna be playing Peak with Hakuya Maple. And when? That's gonna be at 8 p.m. my time. And I'm pretty sure Peak has like, you know, you get like your own POV. So I will likely be streaming it too. But yeah, Hakuya already has his waiting room up. I'll probably set it up later. Turns out that I actually need to buy the game because my sister joined a Steam family with some friends. But they're like in another location, so I can't join that. So I can't steal her games anymore, her Steam games anymore. So now I'm like, well, fuck, guess I'll have to buy it. Good thing it's cheap, but still, I was like, oh, but this is unexpected. But yeah, that's gonna be happening tonight. I said I'll most likely stream my POV, but I'll see. I'll think about it. Because I mean, on one hand, I kind of wanna keep, you know, have the records on my channel of that, but also I'm too lazy when it comes to. I'm so lazy when it comes to streaming collabs because I'd rather focus on the game. But yeah, we'll see about it. So if you don't see my waiting room until like the last minute, it's because I'm still thinking about it. I probably won't do it right away, even though I should. I'm just gonna spend the entire day thinking about it. But it's happening either way. You know, the collab is happening, that's for sure. Hakuya will be streaming his POV. I assume Wen will be doing it too. Now ask Maple if she will. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she has a waiting room yet. But you know, if they all do it, I might do it too. But I'll see. We'll see. That is something for me to ruminate on for the rest of the day until the collab. But for now, thank you guys so much for coming. Enjoy your day or night. Hopefully, shall see you at the collab later. If not, I'll see you tomorrow for whatever the fuck I decide to do tomorrow. For now, thank you guys for coming. Stay safe, stay hydrated, take care of yourselves,
and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.